Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now on this Thursday. I'm Justin Gould.
And I'm Matt Hummel. Happening now, a Jamestown man allegedly placed his hands around a woman that during a domestic dispute yesterday. We'll have details coming up.
Plus, Chautauqua County District Attorney Patrick Swanson is speaking out about criminal justice reform. But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter is standing by with a look at our weather. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, Justin and Matt, and happy Thursday, everybody. We are so close to another weekend, and it's Mother's Day weekend, so that's something we always look forward to. Here's a live look from the Seneca Allegheny Casino in Salamanca. The clouds are starting to thicken up as we have some rain heading away, but look at that temperature, 73 degrees, and that dew point is creeping up there in the 60s, so it's starting to get just a little bit humid, and that dew point does help fuel thunderstorm development. We have nothing showing up on First Defense Doppler. This is actually just ground clutter. It's probably dust and birds because Doppler radar can actually detect dust and birds in the atmosphere. So that's likely what that is returning. We have no rain so far, but it will not stay that way. So for the afternoon, clouds will thicken up through the day, and then we're going to start to get into some showers and thunderstorm activity. Some of them could contain some heavy rain, mild and definitely breezy. 72 to 79 is the high temp range. Some areas near the Lake Erie shoreline are going to flirt with 80. Look at that wind, southwest 12 to 25, gusting possibly 30 to 40 miles an hour. We'll break it all down for you, how much rain we're going to see with that Weatherhood Property Maintenance 7-day a little bit later on in the show. Justin and Matt.
Alrighty, Dakota, thank you very much. A city of Jamestown man is facing charges following a domestic dispute at a Newland Avenue apartment yesterday morning. 19-year-old Jeremiah Warrior allegedly placed his hands around a woman's neck and applied pressure. Jamestown police say that the woman was able to free herself and left the apartment. Police say the alleged actions took place in front of a 10-month-old child. Now, Warrior is charged with endangering the welfare of a child, criminal obstruction of breathing or blood circulation, and second-degree unlawful imprisonment.
And the city of Jamestown man is facing burglary charges after Jamestown police responded to a reported stabbing at 296 Falconer Street that Wednesday evening. 36-year-old Bobby Mount is charged with second-degree burglary, obstruction of governmental administration, and fourth-degree criminal mischief, along with outstanding felony warrants. Police say they found Mount inside of a residence that he was not allowed to be in. Police said after speaking with him, they found Mount to be wanted on several outstanding warrants from the City of Jamestown Jail and City of Jamestown Court. Mount was taken to City of Jamestown Jail to await arraignment on the charges.
And a town of Cattaraugus man is facing driving while ability impaired by drug charges after state police say that he drove to their Ellicottville trooper barracks while under the influence of prescription drugs on Sunday. Troopers say that 25-year-old Levi Kent was picking up another person accused of DWI from the state police barracks in Ellicottville. Investigators say that Kent was exhibiting signs of impairment. Now, after speaking with him, troopers say that Kent admitted to having taken a combination of prescription drugs prior to operating his vehicle. After failing standardized field sobriety tests, Kent was evaluated by a drug recognition expert who determined that he was impaired. Troopers say that Kent was processed at the State Police Ellicottville Barracks and was released with an appearance ticket for Ellicottville Town Court.
Well, prosecutors throughout New York State have publicly voiced their disapproval of various criminal justice reform legislation that was included part of New York State Governor Andrew Cuomo's recent budget. Now, today, our Matt Hummel spoke with Chautauqua County District Attorney Patrick Swanson. Swanson says that his office will see a tremendous amount of change beginning January 1st.
We're about to have a set of requirements placed on our office beginning January 1 that are by and large far more resource necessary. What we're going to see is the turnover in our obligations accelerated. We will be required to turn over case files, information, witness information, chemical tests, DNA tests, all in a period of time that right now the District Attorneys Association is looking for a way to meet those obligations. And given the accelerated nature, there are some real concerns with the resources that most offices have, or the lack of resources that most offices have across the state, that those obligations are going to be very difficult, if not impossible, to satisfy.
Now, Swanson says the laws upend criminal justice reform and will change the way in which his office will prosecute cases. We will, of course, continue to have coverage on this with a full story later on today at WNYNewsNow.com. Our Matt Hummel, of course, fresh back from Mayville this morning. And, this is a story that, Matt's been going on for quite some time, since the laws were really introduced and the, legal bodies around the state, including Swanson's office, were able to digest it. I guess, in addition to his comments here, what else was he kind of, concerned about in addition to the big changes that are coming down the pipe?
Well, one of the biggest things, Justin, that has been talked about throughout the state with prosecutors, and DA Swanson has talked to me a few times about it in previous stories regarding the same issue, is the discovery process. Because it used to be, well, actually right now rather it is, you have 45 days, to turn over, your evidence,
right,
and your witnesses and what have you. Now it's 15 days, and there's a lot of stuff out there, such as toxicology reports, for example.
Right, that take a long time.
Take a long time.
Right. There's a lot of them in the system. It gets slowed down.
We remember at the officer-involved shooting that you and I covered,
right,
in Fredonia. D.A. Swanson said during the presser, when I asked him, about the length of the investigation, he said the toxicology report,
right,
was lengthy. So what happens now? And he said this, it's going to be hard to figure out.
Yeah, and now does he, obviously, the DA's office does experience some criticism from the community in regards to how long it takes to turn over cases and to ultimately get convictions. Do you know if this is going to, the laws look like it tries to speed up that process, but, if they can't get that evidence in, then there's no case.
To a certain point.
Okay.
I think what would happen is it just might, perhaps it could make the investigation longer, like preliminary.
They would make sure all of their ducks are in the row before they go to Mayville. Okay,
yeah,
that certainly does make sense. So great reporting there, Matt.
Thank you.
Thank you. Happy Thursday to everybody. Hopefully you're enjoying the day. Hello to Joseph. Hello to Andrew. Thanks for joining us. Hello to Lynette. Hello to Erica. Beth, good afternoon to you. Lexi, great to see you. Looks like Pam has joined us. Jeremy is here as well. And Jenny. David saying, good afternoon. Good afternoon, David. Always happy to see you. He says, hope you are enjoying the weather. Dakota, please keep the pollen down. And David, I have these as props. I was going to talk about this later because I was going to bust Dakota's chops. But this is my regimen right here. Eye drops and tissues, because it is that time of year for sure. Coming up, Governor Andrew Cuomo is inspiring hope for, I don't even know where to put these actually, for recovering drug addicts. We'll have details on that in just a bit.
But first, local municipalities, they've reached permits to use those herbicides. Dakota.
I feel you, Justin. I have a rag right here that I use. 62 degrees was the high yesterday. That's nasty. The average is 66, and it's much warmer today. We'll be right back.
It's just it's so horrible. Oh, the pollen. Oh, God.
Live and on demand, you're watching WNY News Now.
Coming soon to downtown Jamestown, Pearl City Hops, restaurant and tavern.
I have some real old-timey dishes on there that I'm just giving new life to. Like there's a shepherd's pie on there that's gonna have some bison in it, real thick hearty gravy. Then I'm also doing beer flights. We're pairing it with a set of sliders, a set of tacos, and a set of mini rolls. So everything's gonna have its own pair, so you can get a taste of a little bit of everything and all the beers. We don't want to be known as the restaurant in the hotel. We want to be known as Pearl City Hops.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news. EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Well, happening now, a number of towns and villages along Chautauqua Lake have received DEC permits to use herbicides in the battle to control harmful algae blooms. In a notice posted about the herbicides application, officials said the towns of Ellicott, Ellery, North Harmony, and villages of Lakewood and Celeron have received the permits from the DEC to use herbicides. If the towns choose to use these herbicides, treatment is scheduled to start on May 15th between 7 a.m. and 8 p.m. Now, the municipalities will be required to post applications of treatment on their website and at public access points along the waterway. Now, during the treatment, restrictions on swimming and irrigation will be placed on Chautauqua Lake, Chattacoin River, and parts of the Conowongo Creek. As of Thursday, May 9th, no of the towns or villages have posted notices on their websites. WNY News Now will continue to follow this story and update it with developments.
Beginning next year, New York State will offer tax credits to qualified employers who hire people recovering from since addiction. Governor Andrew Cuomo says that employers can receive a $2,000 tax credit per full or part-time hire. The program is the first in the nation. Known as the Recovery Tax Credit Program, the New York State Office of Alcoholism and Substance Abuse Services will oversee the program in conjunction with the Department of Taxation and Finance. Cuomo says that the tax credit will not only help recovering addicts to find employment, which can add balance to their lives, but he does say that the plan will also boost employment opportunities, which will in turn enhance the state's economy. State officials praise the idea as not only helping the economy, but also, again, helping those in recovery find success as they return to being a functioning member of society.
Well, high school graduations are just around the corner, and millions of students will be starting college for the first time. For many of them, finances will be a big struggle. Experts say it's not too late, though, to send off adult children with a wealth of knowledge to keep them from falling into financial trouble. Mary Maloney explains in today's Consumer Watch.
Credit cards, student loans, and debt. Major challenges for college students. But parents can help them avoid financial ruin by having these key conversations. First, financial experts recommend talking to them about spending and figuring out where they can make cuts to save more.
What gets measured gets improved. Even if you have caviar taste, as long as you're tracking it, you will get the information to make adjustments yourself.
Second, teach them how to invest money early.
If you can start at 21, even contributing to the match in your retirement plan, 10 years later, you'll look and say, oh my goodness, I've got $50,000 or $100,000.
Third, emphasize the importance of managing student loans and controlling their credit use.
When the bank allows you to have credit, the less of it you use, the higher your credit score. It looks like you're more responsible with it.
Finally, discuss how to negotiate. Experts say if the art of deal-making is nurtured early on, it can translate to future financial success. For Consumer Watch, I'm Mary Maloney.
All righty, Mary. Great tips. Thank you.
And did you ever wonder what a Stroop waffle is? Well, I am wondering right now, and you can soon head to McDonald's to find out. It will be a part of one of the 4 international menu items that the fast food chain is bringing to the U.S. McDonald's announced the list on Wednesday. They include cheesy bacon fries, a tomato mozzarella chicken sandwich, a Grand McExtreme bacon burger, and a Stroop waffle McFlurry. Then I know the not-so-new products are already on McDonald's menus over in the Netherlands, Spain, Canada, and Australia, and they will hit select restaurants nationwide June 5th.
Yeah, that's interesting. That tomato sandwich, if you're a fan of the show and you watch, you know I'm not a big fan of McDonald's. But that actually sounds kind of good. Like a little tomato chicken. I mean, who knows? But interesting to see that there must be such a demand for it, or maybe they're trying to find new menu items. But I guess this last segment has been kind of for college kids. You can learn how to save money and learn how to eat sheep.
Jeez. Oh my gosh, we're going to get, I don't know, we're going to get something.
Well, hey, it is what it is.
I like that thought.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Let's check in with the comments. Hello to Joseph. He says, parents, save your money for kids' college. And yeah, I think a lot of parents, you know, I know a lot of people who are just finishing up college now, and they're really grateful that their parents set aside some. And I know a lot of people out there who their parents unfortunately weren't able to, and now they're stuck with the pretty long bill. So, you know, it's I think, unfortunately, a never-ending cycle for some. But good tips out there anyways. Lots of resources, too, to help, which is good. And Lori, talking about the governor's new initiative to try to help drug addicts find employment after recovery. And, you know, Hope, I know that there's a lot of great resources here in Jamestown that really try to offer that for people. So we'll see what happens with that program. Saying hello to Donald and hello to Roger. Hello to both of you. New faces on the show. Please drop us a like, share this post, comment, join the conversation. We love having you here.
Absolutely.
And love interacting with all of you. Hopefully you are having a good day and your allergies aren't too bad out there. Coming up next, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. He'll let us know about those allergies and when we could get some relief. I know rain is on the way. Details and weather coming.
Oh, yee! And later on, an internet sensation will appear here in Jamestown. Well, the details coming up.
Want weather now? Download the WNY News Now mobile app and stay up to date on severe weather alerts. Plus, anytime hazardous weather strikes, stick with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network that keeps you safe. You're all in a tornado warning, so now is the time to go to a safe place, small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. What are you waiting for? Download the WNY News Now mobile app today. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
Turn to Brotherhood Property Maintenance for all your lawn care and landscaping needs, no matter the season. Brotherhood Property Maintenance does it all, from professional plowing during the winter months to expert landscaping all summer long. Count on Brotherhood Property Maintenance for mowing, landscaping, tree work, spring and fall cleanup, plus snow removal. Serving both commercial and residential lots, check out Jamestown's fastest growing landscaping crew on Facebook or call us right now to book an appointment.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
And welcome back. And you can actually make all that McDonald's stuff at home. Just look up the recipe online. Here's the HD News Now cam. We still have some sunshine, but the clouds are starting to move in. It's 70 at the airport. Got a south wind of 14. There's a wind gust of 29 miles per hour. And with the dew point still down into the 50s officially, that doesn't mean that we officially don't have a heat index. In terms of the pollens, we're dealing with the tree pollen still, and the grass pollen, we're at 442 pollutants per meter. That's the official pollen count. So, like Jay, have those tissues handy. All right, now let's get into the big story. It is obviously going to be the heavy rain that is going to come tonight, lasting through tomorrow. So here's your first defense. So a deep upper low is going to pass west of the region in the upper Great Lakes. When we're passing to the west of the region, that means we're on the warm side of it. Widespread rain comes this afternoon, lasting through tonight, and it continues into Friday morning. There is the chance for some gusty winds, especially Friday morning, and some localized flooding definitely is a possibility. Here it is right here. This is the warm front that's moving through now. This is the reason why it's much warmer. This is out ahead of the actual system. This is the system that's passing to the west, and there's a cold front behind it. That cold front's going to move through Friday, and you know what that's going to do. And yeah, there's some snow up here that is up here in the upper Great Lakes. It's not here, so I'll cover it so you don't have to see it. There you go. But a couple inches of snow fell in Minneapolis yesterday. So here's the severe weather outlook. The Storm Prediction Center does have The far western portion of Erie County, PA, under a less than average marginal risk. That's this darker green. And this is mainly for tonight going into tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow morning, the SPC has a marginal risk out to the east. So there is the chance that a couple of these storms could contain some gusty winds. And here's the thunderstorm impacts. It's mainly going to be a heavy rain threat, but the gusty wind threat definitely is up there. So there is the chance for some limited gusty winds. We'll show it to you here on FutureScan. It's the best model data we have. This is the in-house FutureScan model. So the rain holds off through the afternoon. So if you have anything to do early this afternoon, you're fine. Get her done. It's not going to be until late this afternoon to tonight these showers and thunderstorms start popping in the area. And within here, there's the chance for some heavy rain. When you start getting into these darker colors here, that starts to indicate the heavier amounts of rainfall. The good news is the rain will start to back off as we go through Friday morning and ultimately taper off Friday afternoon, leading to a mostly cloudy night on Friday. So rainfall totals, the models have taken the rainfall down a little bit. It has actually moved the heavier rain up to the north, but we're still looking at average about a half an inch to over an inch of rainfall. And with all that coming in less than 24 hours, there is the chance for some localized flooding. So this is something that we're going to keep an eye on as we go throughout the next 24 hours. The weather where you live, eastern areas, will stay into the 70s today, much warmer than it was yesterday. That's the good news. Lake Erie shoreline here, temperatures will flirt with 80 out here, and there's an extra W on there for good measure. It's south-southwest, not south-southwest-west. That's a new wind direction I'm not going to coin here this afternoon. Next 7 days of your life coming up, 65 tomorrow, 56 on Saturday. Mothers, I'm sorry, 56 in rain. Come on, man. I dropped the temperature on Monday to 54, and we stay below average early next week. Sports is next, so don't go away.
Invest in your business or cause by letting the marketing gurus at WNY News Now and WNY Media Company grow your business.
Purchase an ad much like the one you are watching now on WNY News Now's daily show, News Now at Noon, WNYNewsNow.com, or our brand new mobile app.
And then get feedback from our marketing experts and fans alike.
And finally, watch your business grow.
As an added bonus, community partners messages will run not only on our scheduled programming, but on weather alerts and breaking news as well.
Plus, messages are shared on WNY Sports Now programming. Anything from a live local basketball game to the Phone Zone Sports Desk.
Become part of our family today.
And contact us right now.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Happy Thursday, sports fans. We are nearing the end of the work week. Welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. This afternoon at 4:30, the Southwestern Trojans softball team will be on the road against the Jamestown Red Raiders for a non-conference game. Southwestern is currently 6-10 on the season, losing their last game on Wednesday 10-1 against Chautauqua Lake. Out of their 6 victories, 4 of the wins are conference wins. Tonight, with a 7:45 first pitch, the Pittsburgh Pirates begin a 4-game road trip against the St. Louis Cardinals. Pittsburgh is second to last in the NL Central with a record of 17-16, 4 games ahead of the last place Cincinnati Reds. Meanwhile, St. Louis is in third place in the same division with a 21-16 record, 4 games ahead of Pittsburgh. Joe Musgrove will be starting on the mound for the Pirates, while for the Cardinals, it will be Michael Wacha. The game can be viewed on the MLB At Bat app. With the Milwaukee Bucks already entering the conference finals, 2 more teams have a chance to join the fray tonight. With the first game being at 8 o'clock, the Toronto Raptors will be on the road against the Philadelphia 76ers in Game 6 in the Eastern Conference semifinals. Toronto is up in the series 3-2. Out on the West Coast at 10:30, the Denver Nuggets will be on the road against the Portland Trail Blazers in Game 6 of the Western Conference semifinals. Denver, like Toronto, is up 3-2 in the series. Both of these games will be televised on ESPN and can be viewed on the NBA app. That's it for sports today. Justin and Matt, back to you.
Here, listen.
Yes, you are. That's internet sensation Chewbacca Mom, who will be featured as a keynote speaker, part of an upcoming women's event at the Regina A. Center for the Arts. Conduit Ministries announced this week that Candace Payne, also known as Chewbacca Mom, whose video of her trying on a Chewbacca mask you see there, became the most viewed Facebook Live video to date, and will be one of the speakers discussing how worship can help heal communities. Now, this is all part of an event dubbed Retreat. The event hopes to gather around 300 to 400 women at the historic theater for storytelling, worship, nationally known speakers like herself. In various breakout sessions, they'll also have a food truck festival, a marketplace featuring local female artists, and so much more. Conduit Ministries said the purpose of the Retreat event is to create an environment and content that allows women from local churches and community organizations to retreat into the presence of God and the company of other women so that they can renew, refresh, recenter, receive, relax, and re-energize. Pretty cool, certainly, guys. You gotta love
awesome.
Chewbacca Mom.
That was awesome.
Let me. It's pure joy. I've never seen someone so happy.
I will be honest. I've never seen Chewbacca Mom until just a few moments ago.
Yeah,
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Well, yesterday was the first time I heard of Chewbacca Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, did you hear Chewbacca Mom?
I did. I saw it on the morning shows. They're talking about it. I'm trying to. And
Matt and I are old, so
yeah, you guys don't get up that
We're old
early.
school, so.
but no, it's so cool to have. She's coming to Jamestown to share kind of her message. I mean, you read her story a little bit. And you can learn much more on WNY.com and our app, as always, on these stories that we're talking about. But she's really just had such a positive experience from doing this Facebook Live and from enjoying this Chewbacca mask that she bought. And it's so cool to see, and she's going to share that message with a lot of people in the community. So
now the question is she going to wear the Chewbacca head while she's giving her keynote speech?
That is to be determined. That's a good question. Hopefully we can get that answered.
Of course, I want to know that. Speaking of getting answered, let's take a look at the thunderstorm impacts very quickly. So the main timing frame for thunderstorm activity is going to be late this afternoon into tonight, mainly a heavy rain threat, but there is the chance for some gusty winds early tomorrow morning. Moms, I'm sorry, I wish I could give you something better for Mother's Day. 56 in rain. Temperature falls tomorrow, actually. That 65 is in the morning. Temperature falls through the 40s and the 50s as we get a cold front to move through, and temperatures remain below average into early next week.
Awesome. Dakota, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I gotta check in with the comments here. Dave saying, "I think I dated her." Hello. Whoa.
Whoa.
So Dave's Chewbacca dad then?
Yeah, that's true.
Just kidding.
Was it the offspring of Chewbacca?
What are the offspring of Chewbacca?
Yeah.
I don't know. Chewbacca? It's like gotta make it plural. There's more than one.
Oh,
right.
They are
24/7 because Justin doesn't.
Hey, I'd love to. I'd talk about Chewbacca all day, as you know. All right, thanks for joining us. News continues 24/7. WNYNewsNow.com and the mobile app. Stay dry this afternoon. Be on the lookout for a military makeover Facebook Live happening 2 o'clock or so in Sherman. In Asheville, we'll see you then.
Oh, jeez.
I got to get the right place.
We're ready.